Yo, should I say good morning? About to start my Monday. Just wanted to do a video, man. Just do a recap. You know what I'm saying? Trying to boost up this car, you know what I'm saying? This car shit. So you gotta keep pushing out videos. Can't keep waiting for stuff to come in and all that. So let me go ahead and get this cold start out the way. And just while she getting up the operation temper, just go over some things, man. Like, this video is basically just gonna go over the mods that I have. Hold on, let me catch this copyright. No, I won't be paying Drake. So just going over some mods that I've already done and the mods I plan on doing. So just go front to back. I've done the vents on this and the lights on this car are non-functional. They're closed off when you get, I think it's only open for like the Hellcats or the Demons. I may be wrong, but there's a company that makes these sleeves that you can put in there, all different colors. You know what I'm saying? So I opened that up. It's a little performance mod as well, not a major one, but it does help get air into the engine bay. You know what I'm saying? There's one that's literally right by, you know what I'm saying, the box. If the factory, you know what I'm saying, box, we will get to that part. But it helps air get into the factory box for the intake. And then the other one on this side just brings in air as well. So when you're driving, it helps bring in air. You know what I'm saying? Rather to cool off the engine while you're driving or for the air to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Moving inside the engine bay, I have a cold air intake. So again, that hole that's open, you know what I'm saying, by the headlight, that brings air right smack to the cold air intake. Now, it's not a really big hole, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? It's roughly about that big. You know what I'm saying? So it's doing what it's supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? Supplying a good air supply for the cold air intake going into the motor. Pretty much it for the front. For the rear, you know, I did do the window louvers. You know what I'm saying? I always like that look. You know, I did the wicker bill. Put that on there myself. I did my Chaos sticker on my airbag. You know what I'm saying? The little sticker on the gas cap. My little foam mount, you know what I'm saying, that was made by a 3D printer. I swapped out my pedals with the RT pedal covers. Same thing the GT comes with, RT pedal covers. My exhaust is, I deleted the resonators and put super tans where the resonators are. And then I deleted the rear mufflers. You know, so at first I didn't like it. But then when I hear other V6s, man, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, you should never straight pipe any car. Let's just put that out there. That is a terrible idea. These guys with these scats and these RTs, and they're cutting the resonators and cutting the fucking mufflers, and some of them are deleting the cats, and it's just straight open pipe. Yeah, it's gonna sound a beast, you know what I'm saying, because there's no restriction, but there's also no back pressure, so you actually costing your car horsepower. So all the V6 guys that go for some type of sound and just think, oh, I'm just gonna cut everything off, and it makes a really like droney sound, you're actually robbing the little horsepower that this motor actually has. You know what I'm saying? So if you're one of them guys, I ain't bashing you. I'm actually, if you ain't got to take, you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. You can take it with a grain of salt, do your own research, and then realize, yeah, you need to have something. Can't just be cat. Reasons why I bought a V6. You know, every decade there's been a vehicle that was produced that people didn't think was going to do well. And it turns out being an iconic, you know what I'm saying, piece of machinery. So I go as far back as as I can remember. I'd have to do my research, see if something in the 70s came out. But the 1980s Grand Nash. You know what I'm saying? Grand National. So fucking G-Body. It comes with a very small V6. You know what I'm saying? Not a huge V6. And it's boosted. Factory boosted. Iconic, stupid car. Fast car. You know, even if you got one today, it probably cost you probably north of about 15, 20 grand if it's in decent condition. And with today's technology, you go in there and mess with some tuning and mess with that turbo, and all of a sudden, that's a little small beast. You know what I'm saying? It was never frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Because I almost lost the camera. Because it was a Grand National. It wasn't just a V6, it was a Grand National. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't just have a V6 Buick and just be like, you know what I'm saying, I'm going somewhere with it. No, it had to be the Grand National. You get into the 90s, and you have the Cyclone and the Typhoon, which was a V6 little truck that GM made. And again, V6 boosted, and that little truck can make north of 400 or 500 horsepower. Ridiculous 400. Like, you can't even control it horsepower. You know what I'm saying? Line up on a line with that thing, and it's always been a sleeper. You never hear it until he fucking steps on it. You know what I'm saying? And he fucking eat your ass up. Now you can tell by looking at the body. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are making them, you know what I'm saying, making clones and shit like that. You can't really tell if it's a Cyclone or you know what I'm saying, Typhoon or not until he steps on it. So the 2000s was the rebirth of the Nissan GTR. You know what I'm saying? That's a V6. That's all it is. It's a big ass car. If I'm not mistaken, ooh, get that pop. You hear that? I don't know if the camera picked it up. I hope it did. I love my drives in the morning. I'm in sport mode right now, so it's, you know what I'm saying, it's cracking at 5th gear at about 2,000 RPMs. Anyway, the GTR is a V6, and I ain't trying to educate nobody that don't know anything. I'm just saying it's a V6. Yeah, it's boosted, and what helps it is it's all-wheel drive. That helps it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it snatches off the line. So you tune it, you mess with the turbos. You know what I'm saying? Mess around with some gearing and tires and weight reduction, and bam. You know what I'm saying? I think the Nismo, it's called the Nismo, is the fastest one, well, production-wise, fastest one. And there you go. It doesn't sound like a beast when it's sitting at a light or anything like that. No, but when you see one pull up, you know what it is. That's a motherfucking GTR. I don't know if I want that smoke. You know what I'm saying? I know some GTR drivers can't drive. You know what I'm saying? I seen them getting ate up on the launch. Hold on, buddy. I can't drive, man. Little old ass Tiburon. So, GTR. Now, we have the V6 Camaro, the V6 Challenger, and there really isn't a V6 Mustang anymore. They pretty much got rid of the V6 Mustang and made it the EcoBoost, which is a 4-banger. And there is something like an EcoBoost Camaro, but I don't think it did as well as an EcoBoost type Mustang. Because I know they put that 4-banger with the turbo on it in the Camaro. I just don't hear much about it. I knew one guy who had one, and he just kept having transmission problems before he could even mess with that motor or do some tuning. So he just got out of it and just got a regular V6. You know, but again, he's building a beast out of that. You know, the Camaro. So I'm gonna speak about what I know. I'm not gonna speak out my ass about shit I read and shit like that. Speak about what I know, what I've seen guys do. You know what I'm saying? What I know, what somebody has in their garage. So the V6 Camaro, just off stock. You know what I'm saying? Sign your paperwork, get your keys. pull it off the dealership is making north of 300 horsepower just by itself. Was what I wanted, but if you don't know about my videos, I'm not a small dude, you know what I'm saying? I got a bulky side. I ain't saying I'm a fat ass, but I'm not a little twick either, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a stick, you know what I'm saying? So I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big guy, you know what I'm saying? Big guy, I couldn't get in that Camaro. I got in there and I just felt like my head was hitting the roof. Like, I had to climb into it like I was climbing in a Corvette. And I didn't like that. I didn't think I couldn't deal with that, getting in and out every day. I drive this car every day. It's just something that just comes out on the weekend. So, didn't choose that. I wanted to do the Charger, but that's when I learned the Charger actually weighs more than the Challenger. Do your research. It actually does. Even though the Challenger looks like a boat, the Charger weighs more. So I went with the Challenger, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that there was a small market for, you know what I'm saying, performance for the V6. But still a market, you know what I'm saying, which will grow in time. Actually, it's growing pretty well. So, Edelbrock makes a supercharger you can slap on your Camaro. Stupid power. There's a guy out here, he's like Optimus Primed out his Camaro. He did front clip swap and tail light swap and huge ass fucking wing on the back, and his hood kind of flips up, you know, reverse style. His supercharged. I think he's making like just north of, you know what I'm saying, 500 horsepower out of a V6. That's the thing. The V6 that GM built has a lot of hidden potential that people don't know about. The Pentastar has a lot of hidden potential that people just, you know, frown upon because it's a V6. You know what I'm saying? But there is a world record, get that out, video, and it's not new. It's not a new video. It's been, you know what I'm saying, out since I think 2017, 18, maybe 19. I saw it on Boosted Lucky's page. I was trying to find it and I couldn't find it, and Boosted Lucky posted it. Go check him out. He had a crazy V6 build. But they have a supercharger for the V6, Dodge V6, and with the right mods, of course. I'm not just saying you slap this on there and you're going to be destroying people. I'm not saying that at all. You got to do the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? You have to upgrade everything, front and back. So, from my understanding, is this transmission in here is the same transmission that's in the Scat, so it can handle the horsepower. It's built to handle the horsepower. I don't think it's the same transmission that's in the Demon or the Hellcat, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's the same one that's in the Scat. So, Scat, GT, RT, you know what I'm saying? SRT, which is now the Scat now. Same trans. I know this fuel pump is the same fuel pump that's in the Demon. I know that. Just tuning has it pushing so many pounds. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that this is the same fuel pump that's in the Demon. So, transmission, fuel pump are exactly the same. The rear end, this rear end in this car is not going to handle that kind of horsepower. It ain't going to give you the horsepower you want. So on the video that Boosted Lucky posted, they did 3/7 gears with the axles, because these axles are not going to work in a 3/7 gear rear end. So you got to swap out axles, swap out gears, get a Diablo PCM, because you can't break this PCM. No one's figured out how to break this PCM, and it's already 2021. This is 2019. So this is 2019, and no one's figured out how to break into this PCM. So Diablo has made a PCM. You know, you send them your make, model, and VIN number, and they will, you know, make a clone PCM that's open for tuning. And you just pull yours out in, turn the car on, let it run. There you go. You know what I'm saying? I've heard great things about that PCM. So you put a supercharger, which there right now, there's 2 competitors right now that are doing it pretty good. You know, everyone rips number 1. You know You know, the numbers don't lie. They're American made. I have nothing bad to say about them. You know what I'm saying? 86 Face down in Texas had a stupid V6. He actually took it to SEMA. Stupid V6. You know, he went all the way out. He built his transmission, built his rear end, caged it, lowered it, swapped out his hood. Like, his V6 was fun. It was stupid. He was making good numbers. My only thing about the Rip is it doesn't give me that sound that I want. Hence why I'm going with the Sprintex, which I believe is out of Australia. You know, but they have been pretty big in the American car market, and they stand by their warranties. You know, it's RT, what up, bro? They stand by their warranties, and that's what the V6 that Boosted Lucky posted. He has a Sprintex. He has stage 2 Sprintex, which I believe is when I look on the website, that's all I see. So I don't know if the stage 1 is when they first started making it, and then they went to the stage 2 for the second gen Pentastar motor. I don't know, but I know that's the one I'm getting. And I know what everybody's thinking, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna watch this video, probably do some research and be like, bro, that's like $5,000. You could have just put that $5,000 towards an RT. You're right, and it would have been just like everybody else. Cause you can't even upgrade an RT for $5,000. Like, it's ridiculous to, you know what I'm saying, add power to an RT. What people don't know is none of the Hemi motors really like boost. None of them really like it. So you have to do crazy internal work just to make it last. So you can put it on there and it's gonna run, but to make that shit, make it so it lasts, so your car is gonna make it, you know what I'm saying, 4 or 5 years boosted, you have to put a lot of money into that motor, which I don't wanna do. I'm already building the LS swap, you know what I'm saying, and putting money into that. Like, I have a V8 that's gonna be a beast. It's in the garage. You understand? My daily, I don't want to be a V8. One, gas is fucking stupid high right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you drive an SRT. I still like saying SRT, but RT or a Scat, you know what I'm saying? You have to put, you know, out here we have 91. We don't have that 93 like in the South. So out here it's 91. You know, so you have to put that 91 in there to get your performance. You can go cheap, but you're gonna, you know, detune the motor a little bit. It's not gonna run as efficient. It's not going to sound as efficient. You're gonna feel the lag, and just all the way around. Just put crappy gas in your car. I don't even put 85 in this. I put 87. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where the tank is at. If I catch it on, you know what I'm saying, 2/3 of a tank, I'll put some 91 in here, but very rare I put fucking 87. That's just if I just get caught, and I just gotta put in there what I can put in there. So that's why I bought a V6. I wanted to build something different. I didn't want to be like everybody else, buy a V8, you know what I'm saying? Because you buy an RT, and you know what everyone says? Oh man, you should have bought a Scat. You should have bought a Scat. Why you didn't buy a Scat? Why you didn't buy a Scat? Yeah, it's an RT, but it's not 392, so you can't please the politics. If you buy a car to be popular and cool, then your mentality has never left high school. Because that's what the kids are doing right now in high school. Trying to find, you know what I'm saying, a used RT, second gen second gen Charger, you know what I'm saying, just to say they have an RT. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that's a lot of horsepower, not to know what the hell you're doing with it. Horsepower. That's a lot of torque. Let me say that. Because horsepower is only good for when you're doing a fucking roll. Torque is stepping off the line and just going. That's why the RTs and all that just have terrible traction. There's a lot of torque. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't upgrade your tires and all that shit, you're gonna fucking spin. So that's what these kids are doing, you know, buying used, you know, 342s, I think, no, 345s and 392s, and just to say they have a V8. because they don't want to be quote-unquote laughed at for having a V6. Me, I don't give a damn, because no one helps me pay this car note every month. No one was there when I unpeeled this brand new car off the lot, which my car is on a rotisserie, you know what I'm saying, when I got it. So it had never been test driven, it had never been sat in, none of that. I was the first person to ever sit in this seat besides the driver who took it off the car when they delivered it to the dealership. You know what I'm saying? So I take pride in that. You know, knowing no one's ever touched this wheel. It really only had 2 miles on it. Really. No test drive. No, I didn't even test drive this car. I just jumped in and saw it. Like, yep, let's go. Start the paperwork. So I bought a V6, you know what I'm saying? The Sprintex, when you step on it, it gives you that sound of a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? Which I fucking love that boosted sound. The Trackhawk, the Durango, you know what I'm saying? The Hellcat, the Demons. Like, that fucking, man, that Whipple sound. That's the only reason. I know for a fact that the Rip will make more horsepower than the Sprintex, just straight bolt-on. You just didn't do nothing. Didn't change out gears, didn't change out, you know what I'm saying, shafts, drive shafts, axle shafts. You didn't change out nothing. You just bolted up the Rip versus just bolting up the Sprintex. The Rip is going to make more horsepower. The numbers are proven. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't care about that shit. I'm not a real street racer. You know what I'm saying? I'll rip it every once in a while, but I'm not into lining up and racing guys and all of that shit. Like, that shit is I'm too old for that. Let's put it like that. You see these grays? I'm too old for that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my daughter drives this car, so nah, I don't want to put that in my family. Man, this car is crackling on the way to work. So it's one of those things, you know, pound for pound, the Rip is the better choice if you're going to, you know what I'm saying, try to build something. If you want something completely different, then you would build a turbo kit, which no one really has. Even that, I can't remember them other manufacturer. They claim they have a turbo kit for the V6. They really don't. They're still testing. So you'd have to find your really good fabricator and a lot of shopping around to build you a turbo kit for your car, which you do a turbo kit, rear end, good tuning, and axle shafts, you could make RT, SRT, you know what I'm saying, power. It's been proven as well for that too. You know what I'm saying? Because there is one, you know what I'm saying, turbo. They haven't dynoed, but they know they're going to be making some numbers. Also, saw that on Boosted Lucky. So, I still want to do a quick video. I didn't want it to be this long, but I guess that's how long it takes me to drive to work. Minus the 5 minutes away for the motor to cool, so about 20 minutes. So a 20-25 minute video, just why I chose a V6 and some of the mods I did, you know what I'm saying? Choose what fits you. If you just want power right now, you just want to go, then just go get you a V8. But you're going to be constantly chasing that. Guys that buy an RT, they trade it in for a Scat, you know, and then they see everybody driving the wide bodies and all that, so then they trade their Scat in for a wide body Scat, you know what I'm saying? Or they see a deal to get a Daytona, you know what I'm saying, which has a different tune to squeeze out horsepower, you know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that don't do their homework, not knowing that you could take your Scat, buy a Diablo, do some tuning, and now you could outrun a Daytona. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a factory build. Don't chase going after a factory. Make your own fucking build. Build the horsepower you want. Me, I know I want Chaos to be about. I would be happy in the Force. I would be happy in the Force. You know what I'm saying? That sound alone, man. When I'm done with this car, I ain't gonna say done, but when I'm content with this car, and I do my hood swap, my supercharger, my my chin splitter, lower it, and do my Demon wheel swap. And I'll probably swap out the steering wheel for a carbon fiber. As soon as they come out one with some green in it, I wouldn't mind doing that. You know what I'm saying? I just drive it. You know what I'm saying? Just routine maintenance after that. Because I would have a car that I built, you know what I'm saying, on the new market, and that's enjoyable. I'm not going to trade it in. I'm not going to think about getting, man, I really wish I had an SRT. Why? Because everybody else got one. SRT. I keep saying SRT. Scat. Because everybody else got one. I don't give a shit. Because everyone else has a Scat, so I should get a Scat. I'll ride my fucking boosted V6. Which, you know, when you're in the fours, you know, knocking at fives, that's Scat numbers right there. Yeah, I remember an RT makes just north of 300 horses, 370-ish, give or take, depending on where you're at in altitude. Scat makes 4-ish, you know, and that's just two different engines, you know what I'm saying? One's a 345, one's a 392, and neither one of those cars are at 500 horses. So I can do, you know what I'm saying, motor add-on to go from NA to Enforce, rear end swap, axle swap, Diablo tune, and I'm making SRT Scat Pack numbers. And I'm still in my V6. I didn't pay almost 50 grand for this car. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, after all of that, I'll be just at 40, and at that number, you're like, oh, you could have bought an RT. True, but then I wouldn't have been satisfied with just an RT. Because then somebody at V6 pulls up next to me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to dust this dude, and he fucking gets me off the line. So, of course, I try to get him, and I step on it harder, I lose traction. Now he's in fucking third going in fourth. Gone. Ran out of my life. But I have a V8, though. So, that's my video, man. I was trying to catch this before it hit 30 minutes. I'm going to this job, man, and go get this bag. You guys have a great Monday. I'll probably post this here in about 2 hours because I don't have to really edit anything. Be on the lookout. I'm thinking about changing the page name because we really don't do custom work on the business side. You know, it's pretty much just me blogging my car. It's going to be out, you know what I'm saying, when the crew start getting together. We're going to start being out with the crew and shit like that. So, yeah, man, I'm out. You guys have a blessed day, and I'll check in with you guys later. Be on the lookout for the next video. We're going to be installing the catch can. Yeah, buddy.